All right, Rich Perez with Joey Browner. Joey, this one's for the Minnesota fans. I want to know what your thoughts are. Tell me the good qualities of certain individuals that you played with. Tommy Kramer.
Well, Tommy Kramer, as you know, Richard, was one of the architects of the West Coast offense for the Minnesota Vikings. He was a great quarterback. He knew the game, and he was able to, in the end of the game, if the Vikings were able to get the ball, he was able to master drives down the field and put the Vikings in position to win games. And so Tommy Kramer was one of the best quarterbacks that I had seen when I first came into the league. Practice against him every day made me a much better player.
All right, Steve Bono.
Steve Bono was a great quarterback. He was a backup quarterback when he was with the Vikings. He was the one who ran the plays of the opponent teams, and he ran it with such proficiency that when we went to play against other teams, we were already prepared to see the ball in the air, the plays run properly. Steve did an outstanding job of preparing us for the games.
All right, Wade Wilson.
Wade Whiskey Wilson. Well, he was a great quarterback. Wade was able to take us to the championship game. He did a number of things for the Viking organization when he was the quarterback. After Tommy Kramer went through a couple quarterbacks, but he was the one who stayed fast. He was the quarterback for me and the team a number of years, all the way through the end of my career. It was Wade Wilson, and he had a knowledge of the game that he had learned from Tommy Kramer, and he was able to move the ball, get the ball down the field. He was proficient. He knew his plays. He changed the plays at the line, a lot of the plays, and for me, Wade Wilson was a pro quarterback.
All right, then you had Steve Dills.
Oh, Steve Dills was at the beginning. He was between Bud, Les Steckel, Bud again, and he did a great job of backing up Tommy between Wade and himself. He was able to go out, make things happen, and then he also, he was in the NFL for a number of years of being a professional quarterback. So he did his job, and he was great for what his contribution to the game.
And the last one I'll talk to you about, who really became a great Raider legend, and also played for the Vikings as well, and really had a good career overall, Rich Gannon. Tell me about Rich.
Rich Gannon came in at a time in the late 80s, early 90s, and he was a great quarterback. He was able to run offensive plays, like I said, before Wade took over as the main quarterback. This is what Steve, I'm getting them mixed up now.
Bono?
Steve Bono did. He was behind Steve Bono. Rich was able to learn the game. He was like a backup quarterback. He was the practice squad quarterback that when we went out and he portrayed the quarterbacks. So if we played against John Elway, he was the one who rolled out and scrambled and all over the place and was able to throw the ball back across the field. When we needed him to stand in the pocket and throw the ball down the field proficiently, he was able to do that. And in the end, to see him grow and mature into the quarterback that he became for the Raiders, it's just amazing that we knew at that time when we was with the team that he would have been able to do that, but he had to go somewhere else and show that.
Yeah, and that was a story that really a lot of the Viking fans remember. It wasn't a good ending of a Viking career. He's become a great broadcaster as well now. Yes. So, Rich Gannon. So, thank you, Joey. These have been some great interviews that we've done up to this point. We're going to continue with these as we go along. And Joey Browner, thank you once again.
Oh, thank you, Richard.